Well, here I am, and there you are, and I'm Scott from the Living End. We're a three-piece rock and roll band from Melbourne, and we've been putting out records for 25 years or so. And the latest installment is coming out this Friday. We've got a few singles out and about, so people have had a taste, but the main course is coming on Friday. Um, the new album is called I Only Trust Rock and Roll. It's been a fair time in the making. Um yeah, it's been a slow process, but it's given us the chance to give it everything we possibly can. Every idea we have, every thought we have has gone into it. We didn't want to rush it. We wanted to make sure we got it right. And I think we did. I think it's ready to be born and to get out there.
Fantastic, Scott. For that very all-encompassing intro, brother.
You know what they say, there's no such thing as a finished album, just a deadline.
So true. So true. Now, after that beautiful introduction there, though, mate, like you have got the album I Only Trust Rock and Roll dropping this Friday, September 26th. But how are you feeling about it, bro? You confident?
I am, yes, I do. I speak for the three of us. Yes, there is confidence, and we do feel really good. And it's because we definitely feel like we should be feeling, put it that way.
Mm.
We really did concentrate on keeping it simple and keeping the message simple, keeping the music simple, sort of staying in our own lane, like knowing what we do good and not trying to reach beyond that. Just doing that, just doing our thing, doing the thing that we really like. Like we've worked on all these songs with the thought that we're going to go out and play them on stage. So we need to make sure that they're just lean and they're built for a three-piece band on stage. Not too many overdubs and um, not too many studio things. Just good rock music. To answer your question, very confident and very proud and very excited to hear what other people think.
Yeah, cool. Now, I know that the title is a song on the album, but I Only Trust Rock and Roll. It's a perfect sum up of the whole album. Sums everything up in six little words.
Well, yeah, I mean, it certainly does sum up the music, but it's also a bit of a sign, it's a bit of a statement on the times at the moment. It's hard to know what to trust.
Mm.
It feels like we're living in a weird age, like I don't like going down the rabbit hole too much, but it certainly feels like a weird time and yeah, yeah, it is really hard to know what to trust. So rock and roll's it's always going to be there.
Dead straight. Now, you sort of touched on this a bit before, mate, but Chris was quoted as saying that this one had to sound like a slick machine. We had to trim the fat. Like, can you elaborate on that for people who are non-musical orientated?
Yeah, well, in the past, when we've spent time, writing, rehearsing, getting new material together with, when we're about to make albums, it's really easy and fun and worthwhile and rewarding to really push yourselves as musicians and try and experiment with some different things. Because over the years that seems like the way forward often is to push the boundaries and to try and do things a little different from time to time. Whereas this, which is great, I'm glad we've done that. Whereas this time we just decided not to. We decided to just keep the focus kind of, slim and trim and tight and um, yeah, not overly complicated. Yeah, yeah, slick machine. That's a good way to put
Would have been a good
it.
title for the album too, Slick Machine.
Yes, indeed.
Now, you've
Next one.
released the singles to date, Misery, Alfie, Strange Place, and the title track. So that's all people have heard of the album so far. Is that a good sonic representation of the whole thing?
It is a good sonic representation because every time I've listened to the album since it being complete, I get a really great feeling of it. Just every song, it just doesn't let up. Like
Mm.
there's no ballad on this
I was about to
album.
say that there's no ballad,
There's
which is
nothing,
great.
not there's nothing that's not pretty white knuckled, pretty foot to the floor, pretty going for it, because that was the focus, to just make sure it was just go. Like if it wasn't if it wasn't energetic, then it didn't make it. So yes, it's a very good representation, those four songs, because it's what the rest of the album's like. It just grabs you by the ears at the beginning and it doesn't let go until it's completely done.
Yeah, my personal favorite, bro, it's Gypsy Blood. Like it's got a real live, real raw sort of sound to it. Like, is that easy to do in the studio to make it sound live and raw?
Well, no, it can be difficult sometimes, but when you've got a song like that that's literally just a riff pretty much the whole way through it, minus a couple of other things. I guess it's easier to just, yeah, again, like you were saying about what Chris said, that, there's no fat on it. It's
Mm,
just a riff and a chorus and a guitar solo, and that's pretty much it. There's nothing else going on. Keep it simple, like just keep it trim and keep it focused.
yeah.
So, but as far as like getting it to sound live, like a live band, is really, yeah, just a less is more kind of approach, not too many overdubs, and yeah, just to, like there's ways of ironing out the liveness in recording studios by like using click tracks and making things sound a bit too clean and highly processed and stuff like that. So yeah, we tried to avoid that as much as possible this time, to just, yeah, keep it human.
Keep it human. And
Yeah.
sort of touch on this a bit too, man. But you guys have had a great career that spans over 25 years. But you've got fans all the way through from your punkier stuff from Princess Society right through to your current more rock orientated sound. But how do you get the balance right in the creative process to appease fans across the board, or does that sort of thing not even really come into consideration?
Yeah, I mean, we usually don't try to put much any sort of limitations on ourselves when we're in the creative process, because you really just want to let the juices flow and do whatever come, like experiment and give everything that comes out a go, give everything a chance to work, no matter what it is. And then there is always a bit of a process of, yeah, like what, because we tend to, Chris is a really prolific writer, so there's always a lot of songs to choose from, like a lot of songs. He doesn't stop writing. He doesn't go, right, we've got an album, so that's it, I'm done writing songs. They just keep coming. So, so yeah, we're always spoiled for choice, and we always, get the chance to go, all right, well, there's all this material here. What kind of album do we want to make, and what does fit on it, and what doesn't fit on it? Because um, I think that's important. Like it might not be in the greatest scheme of things anymore as important to have albums that sound cohesive from start to finish, but we're from a time when it was important, where people did listen to whole albums, not just, picking songs on playlists in Spotify or whatever, which, don't worry, I got nothing against it, but we still understand the beauty of a whole album, where you get that whole hour and however long of material, and it gives you a chance to get to know the band, you know what I mean? Get to know it. So yeah,
Yeah,
can't remember what
well,
the question was.
I've forgotten myself, mate. So let's move on to the next one. So to coincide with the album release, you're hosting three exclusive Q&A sessions, kicking off in Melbourne on September 28th. You hit Brisbane on the 30th, Sydney on October 1st. So that's a great idea before the actual tour starts. So like, what was the thought process behind doing that?
Yeah, well, we did. Yeah, it's always, we're always trying to think outside the box a little bit, and sort of embrace new and different ideas. Like you said, we've been putting out music for like 25 years, so kind of, it can run the risk of just, like a bit of a rinse repeat kind of thing sometimes when the albums come out. So the thing that kind of sparked it was we hooked up with this guy called Callum Preston, and when the Strange Place single came out, he built this art installation. That's what he does. He's an artist, and he builds these installations and creates these spaces. And he built this installation at the upstairs bar at the Tote that kind of encapsulated his take on what Strange Place was all about. And it was wild. It was this whole kind of room that people came into, and you kind of this immersive kind of event. And there was audio, and there was music, and there was video, and there was all of this art and stuff that he created, and it was really good. So we just opened the doors on that for a day and let people come in and have a look, and we were there, and we'd sign things and we'd chit chat and yada yada yada. Um, and it was just really good. It went really well. It felt like a really nice thing to do. So yeah, we just thought we'd do more of it. But we're obviously not with the installation thing, because we're just gonna, jump on the road and do it do it in three places. I feel weird saying jump on the road, because we're going to three cities
Yeah,
into
that's a
pubs,
small
but we're
talk.
not playing gigs. Not we're
Because
not bringing our instruments.
you're not. Oh wow. Well, the other thing too that's going to be a bit strange is the Melbourne session is all ages as well. Like that's going to make for some interesting questions from kids with no filter. They got
The
no
kids
filter at
ask
all.
the kids ask the best questions. They ask the most honest and important questions. The one I was just talking about, the tote was an all ages thing, and it's great if people can bring their kids.
Yeah. Now I've actually started taking my kids to a few sound checks. None of mine are only 9 and 11, so but I took them to
Yep.
Wingers sound check, and I took them to Don Broco's the other day, just to sort of integrate them into the music a bit more, and things like that are important, I think, for the next generation.
Yeah, God, remember what it was like discovering it for the first time, like the volume and the sheer power of it. It was pretty amazing, huh?
Yeah, I've got goosebumps talking about it.
Yeah, yeah,
Um, so
yeah.
after those Q&A sessions, mate, you do hit the road for a proper album tour. It starts in Brizzy on November the 8th, goes through Adelaide, Melbourne, Fremantle, and finishes in Sydney on December 12th. But the beauty of this is you're going to be playing two different sets every night. So run us through what you're going to be doing with them.
Yeah, well, again, inspired by something that we did last year. I think it was last year. Yeah, pretty sure it was last year. Was the 25th anniversary of the first album, the self-titled album. So we did one show at Festival Hall in Melbourne, to celebrate that, and we played the first album in its entirety. Um, and it was awesome. We had a ball. We had an absolute ball. So we thought, why not do it again? And we've got these shows, this tour coming up, and we obviously want to play some songs off the new record, obviously. But it's a good chance to just kind of play a bit of everything. We'll do the first album, some new songs, and things from in between as well.
And nice. And you've already
Yeah,
sold out
so
a couple of those shows, man. Like you've sold out the Fortitude Music Hall in Brisbane. I can't count that high, but there's a lot of people fit in that joint, man. You're doing well.
yeah, yeah. So far, the Adelaide and Brisbane ones are sold out. I think Freo's, Melbourne are yeah. They're all getting pretty close, I think.
Yeah, good on you, man. Good on you. Now, wedged in between those two runs is a performance at Wanderer Festival at Pamboola Beach, New South Wales, on the weekend of October 4th and 5th. I've never been, but it sounds like an awesome festival, bro. There's bands from around Australia, around the world. You got international food stalls, market stalls, camping, art stalls. You name it, they seem to have got it covered out there.
The Wanderer Festival is over in Pambula, in that like that southern corner, southeastern corner of New South Wales. Not like over the border in Victoria is that beautiful Far East Gippsland region, which is just gorgeous. Ben Boyd National Park and all that. I love it there. Um, yeah, and the festival sounds great. It's like a boutique festival with a really eclectic lineup. So there's something for everyone there, and yeah, I'm really looking forward to it.
And I'll take it you won't be playing two sets at that one.
No, just the one set of that one. Yeah.
Fantastic. All right, brother. Well, that's all we've got for you today. But the new album, I Only Trust Rock and Roll, is out this Friday, September 26th. I've been fortunate enough to have an advanced listen, and I think it's kick ass, bro. Some of the best shit you've done in years. So congratulations, and hopefully see you at the Brisbane show if I can talk my way into a sold out show.
Please do. Thank you.